What your DEEPWOKEN weapon type says about you. So basically, if you use like a spear, a sword, a rapier, a dagger, and all that, there's a ton of different weapon types in DEEPWOKEN, so I obviously can't fit them all into one video, but I'm gonna try and fit as much as I can. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by March 30th, and my friend YourFam's actually doing a massive giveaway in my Discord server whenever I hit 3,000 subscribers. So discord.gg/batslc. Hope you guys have a great day and enjoy this video, and let's get right into it. We're getting this started with the Rapier users, and obviously it's going to be Rapier Yunshul. This weapon has taken over the DEEPWOKEN meta because Yunshul is really easy to proc on Rapier, and every single proc does like a bar to you. Yunshul Rapier is not that busted in my opinion, but if they pair it up with like a really good guard break like Fire Blade or Ice Smash, or even Ice in general because it freezes the target, you can get a guaranteed crit off and almost a guaranteed proc. Sometimes it can backfire, but it does a lot more damage to the other person than you. So Yunshul Rapier are probably one of the most busted weapons in the game right now. The main thing about Yunshul Rapier players is I'm pretty sure they got this build off Frost, like this guy. So check out my boy Frost2, plugging him, because this is actually his build. I'm pretty sure these guys are probably some of the most passive players in the entire game. Like Rapier always since verse 1 and back when like Gale Rapier was meta, has always been the most passive playstyle build ever. They're going to be holding S, like as you guys can see in this video, and spamming their mantras on you, because Rapier in itself doesn't really do that much damage, so they do got to get that damage from somewhere. Overall though, these guys aren't that bad to deal with in my opinion, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason anybody even uses Rapier right now is because of Yunshul. Champion's Sword is kind of just a better version of Rapier because it has just better stats and similar swing speed. The only difference is the range, but that's not too much of a difference if you know how to deal with it. Anyways, let's move on to the next stereotype. Alright, so when I talk about axes, I'm really just talking about Enforcer Axe primarily. Grand Sudaruska is there too with it, but Enforcer Axe users, they only have one thing, and that is the guard break into their crit, which does like a guaranteed bar, which is pretty busted. But once you get the crit down and you know how to parry it, their gimmick kind of just goes away, and then they just really have a slow weapon that can't really do too much to you if you know how to deal with it. Like I was gonna say it can't do too much damage, but it does do so like a bar. But if you know what you're doing and you're not a perma-freshie, you should probably easily 5-bar these guys. If you are fighting somebody with this and you don't know what to do, you can also kind of just run around and spam, because in my opinion, anybody who has to resort to using a gimmick like this, like Enforcer Axe or Hive Lord's Hubris, they're usually not the best DEEPWOKEN player, and you can kind of just spam at them with your mantras and they won't know what to do. Like, I'm not saying play like a mage, but if you're playing against somebody like this, then I wouldn't blame you if you ended up having to resort to mage tactics, running around in circles and spamming, okay? Like, certain people, you know, I think certain people deserve to deal with the pain of fighting a DEEPWOKEN mage field, but I won't get off topic right now. The main thing I notice about these guys, though, specifically when it comes to the playstyle, is the gimmicks, as I said before. Like, the Enforcer Axe users, you know, they got the crit, Grand Sudaruska also got the crit, and if you use like Pale Morning or anything else, I honestly don't know what your gimmick is. You're just a basic heavy player that's going to be spamming the uppercut and doing like a bar. But why would you even pick Pale Morning? Like, actually, if you're not using Enforcer Axe or what's it called, Grand Sudaruska, I don't know why you would even pick up an axe, because all of the other axes suck. Actually, there is the Great Briar, which also has the crit as its gimmick. So yeah, literally every single axe just has their crit, and that's about it. Besides for that, there's kind of just a worse greatsword with less range and arguably slower swim speed. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, the fist users, and I can't lie, I am a fist user myself, so I might be a little bit biased, but I'm gonna try my best not to be. Let's get it started with the playstyle of a fist user. These guys are somehow super aggressive while also being super passive. Like, it has the lowest range in the entire game, so obviously, you know, you're going to expect them to be a little bit aggressive in order to get their M1s off. However, most fist users are going to be super passive for some reason, and due to that, they're not going to be the best at dealing with a lot of these mix-ups. So you're going to see fist users have like 40 posture and hold F without a shield and still tank like 30 hits without getting guard broken. Like, I don't know why, like even me, I usually hold F a lot, especially on fist, because you kind of need to when people are spamming and having a lot of range on you, because nobody wants to parry trade a fist user. Like, I understand if you're playing passive against a fist user, because those M1s are actually crazy, guys. I'm not gonna lie, because as a fist user, when we slow down our M1s or speed them up or actually delay, it makes a difference. Like if I'm on a sword and I delay my M1s a little bit, a good player is just gonna be able to easily adjust. But even if you've been playing the game for a while, you probably won't be able to parry fist M1s consistently just because of how easy it is to manipulate the swing speed on these. Now let's talk about the egos, guys. As a fist player myself, it hurts me to say this, but a lot of fist players are DEEPWOKEN sweats because you gotta be good at pairing to actually hop on fist, because everybody's gonna be ranging you, right? And when you play DEEPWOKEN that much, you start to develop a very big ego. And a lot of these guys are also chime sweats that do not hop off chime and play the game 24/7. Like I'm surprised why not every single God Seeker is a fist user. I think at a point they were, not gonna lie, but anyways. A lot of these people take the game very seriously, and if you end up gripping them once, they're going to be talking trash. Don't want to get demonetized. But yeah, I'm going to move on to the next stereotype because I don't have much more else to say about the fist users. Alright guys, now we're on to the Hero Blade users. I counted this different from swords because I feel like Hero Blade users are just like a different type of people compared to your average normal sword user. But anyways, the Hero Blade users obviously save like a ton of points because they don't need to invest into a weapon category at all, and because of that they're always going to be running something like Piercing Will or the 9042 talent. So you guys can definitely expect these guys to have at least like 560 HP or deal half a bar per M1 or both, because a lot of the time it is like that. Hero Blades have kind of fallen off the meta because the M1s are pretty easy to parry and most of the crits are also pretty easy to read and parry. The only Hero Blade that's still somewhat meta, I would say, is the Shadow Hero Blade, and that is straight up just because of the crit. Thunder is solid for ganks, but in this video I'm mainly talking about the Ice Hero Blade. As you can see in the clip, a lot of these guys play the exact same way, where they're just going to be spamming mantras because their M1s don't really do anything, and this is kind of like the staple for mage builds now, or always has been. I don't know even why I said now. Every single time if you see somebody with this, do not expect them to M1 much. If you see a Gale Hero Blade, then you might have a slight chance at finding somebody who's going to M1, but those guys are just going to be spamming their uppercut 24/7. The Ice Hero Blades, the Thunder Hero Blades, and the Shadow Hero Blades and Fire Hero Blades are all going to be spamming their mantras at you. In their defense though, they don't really have much else to do because it is a mage build, right? Their M1s do pretty much nothing, and a lot of the time they obviously got the Ring of Casters on. But the main thing that bothers me about these people is the big egos, bro. You're using a mage build, you're spamming, and you're not using anything that requires really skill. Like if these guys M1'd at all, then I would understand. But in this clip, I understand that I'm a fist user and you don't really want to parry trade me. But bro, he did not M1. I could probably count the number of M1s he used in this entire fight on my hands, and that's only to get ether. Like that is actually wild, and it tells you a lot about the state of DEEPWOKEN right now. I won't get too into that, to be honest. I think I'm gonna end the video off here, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah.